Okay, I'm going to do a video on some art for sale. These are my spirit collages, which I will go into as I show them. They're very minimalist, and there's markings on them. There's some collage work, a little bit of painting, but not much, as I recall. And there are 12 of them. Each one is $35 plus shipping. No, $35 no shipping, but plus tax. So they're shipped for free, but they do have tax, 8% tax. The size of these are 8.5 by 10. 8.5, 8.5 by 10. The window inside is 4.5 by 6.75. Looks like. Now, so these would fit in on an 8 by 10 frame. If you use the mat board with it. They come in a sleeve, and they are signed. Now, some of them you see the signature, their signature is underneath that. I did these during the pandemic, and I call them spirit collages because during the pandemic, I learned about Hilda Doth Clint and how she was an artist in the 1900s, early 1900s, and she used to do a lot of art, and then she started doing sort of spirit art. She would hold seances with other artists and with other friends, and she would do a lot of meditation. And then she talked about how she was downloading information from other dimensions. And of course, that was a little out there at the time. It always is out there, never quite here. But it was quite interesting. And she did these really cool abstract paintings that kind of set the pace for the abstract movements that followed her in the 20s and 30s and 40s and beyond. So anyways, I did look over her book, and it was very interesting, her paintings. She never sold anything, or if she did, it was very few paintings. But her family kept everything. And just in this century, the 21st century, she finally had a showing of her work in New York City. And a lot of her paintings they're very large. And they're like in figure eights, a lot of curves, a lot of Fibonacci type things, curves. There's a lot of spirals in her work. They're very spiritual. And that's because she felt that before she would start a painting, she would download information from other dimensions. Now, whatever you think of that is whatever you think of it. But I kind of think that there's more than what we see and hear and feel on this level. I think there is a lot more. And so these are kind of my thoughts about influences and other worlds beyond ours, but in a very simple way, very simple ideas. So here's the first one I did. Very simple. Of course, we have if you read tarot, there's so it goes below, and then there's the above and the below, and we have this above and a below, however you want to interpret that. But there's tension here between them. And it depends on how they pull the strings. That could be a manipulation. It's just about manipulation. It doesn't mean you could be this person, you could be that person. You could be no person at all, but just the observer being pulled in different directions. So that's my first painting. It's called Manipulation. My first collage piece. This one was done, this was actually my 12th one. There's 12 of them here, and this is Harmony. This is where everything comes together. And there's, a circle, and there's beings halfway in, halfway out of the circle that are impacting or involved with the circle that's in the center. And I would call this the present, our dimension. That's what I would call it. And now how you interpret it is up to you. But it's called harmony. It's when everything is cohesive and the energy flows in every direction and is not only connected, but it's to a greater source right here. And these are, again, this is just an interpretation of harmony for me. You could see it very differently. This is the wheel. I mean, I do read tarot, and the Wheel of Fortune is an interesting card. It's where things are moving along. You could go through a good streak, a good luck streak, or a bad luck streak. It's the wheel is ever turning. Change is constantly happening. Now, in this case, we have a person here, a personage, I would say of this realm with a blindfold. She can't see ahead of her, and the wheel is turning. Now, in my interpretation with this, it's like she's blinded. She has a blindfold on, but she has this energy that's coming from another dimension that's coming into her heart. So it's there, but it's being obstructed by clouds and lightning. What is clouds for you? What is lightning for you? That's very individual. So this could be someone that, and when I was doing this, I was thinking of maybe doing some oracle cards with it, which I still may do, but I would need maybe 3 more sets of these. But that's something for that I would still consider doing. When you buy the picture, you have total rights to the picture that you can sell, do whatever you want with the picture, but the copyrights, in other words, how you copy the picture will remain with me. So I will. I'm hoping to do one oracle deck at some point. So here's a person on the wheel. She's kind of stuck. She has blindfolds on. She's kind of in her head, and she's got some troubling thoughts. There's some lightning coming down. There is energy coming down from above, a very positive energy, but she's unaware of it. She needs to take her blindfold off. Or, again, however you choose to interpret it. This is called guardian. This is about having an angel watching over you. And the line here goes to the personage here, it's her head. In other words, something that's coming down, being downloaded in her crown, the crown of her head. And that line is unfettered, it's straight, and right there, it comes right to the head. So it's something that she is receiving. She's receiving it in a state that's a quiet state. It could be a sleeping state. It could be a meditative state. Again, it's however you want to interpret it. But the spirit energy up here is also getting downloaded. And it's from something that's very intriguing in another dimension, possibly. It's a circle, the circle of life, the circle of constant change, the circle of love. And here's just some markings that I did. So there's guardians. We have guardians. It's my belief that we do have guardians. Connectedness. Here we have a personage. These usually people are people like human type people in this dimension, and she is connecting to the source, and just like the fish is connecting to the source. In other words, there is connection for ourselves and for other things around us in our dimension that are linked to the source. They have very direct connection. And again, to the heart. It leads to the heart. My interpretation. This is the one picture where there's some dimension added. This is from Klimt. It's a Klimt, little snippet from Klimt. And that is connectedness. Heart energy. This is, some of this has got a little stuff from the barn. Heart energy is this is one of Hilma Daf Klint's pictures, and it's coming into her heart. The heart energy is coming in, not only one, but 2, so it's very strong energy coming from the heart. There's also another being, maybe possibly in another dimension, a Cupid, an angel of some kind, also helping with that energy to come down and affect your heart. This is heart energy, very positive energy. Again, it's up for interpretation. What is that? There's something stuck on there. I'll get that off. There we go. This is intention. Now here we have a human being. He's growing something. He has the intention of making something grow. And here's the roots hidden behind this picture. And it's coming from his hands, his hard work. It's coming from his hand directly to make an intention into a reality, manifest something. And from that, he is getting downloaded information into his heart and into his brain. We have a circle, two circles that are, one's coming from one side and one's coming from the other. And that in turn is affecting his heart and his brain, which then in turn reflects his intention of doing something in the world around us. Birth of innocence. Here we have a very intriguing picture. Lots going on here. But here is a woman who is having a child. There's a sexual energy here. There is something from another dimension coming down at her. Another dimension's coming down here. So there's two dimensions expressed, coming down, bringing in forth a human person. And so this suggests to me, the birth of innocence, that when a birth takes place, it is a hugely dimensional, dimensions are intertwined for that to happen. There's a sacredness as well, and there's an agreement, and there's a lot going on here with the birth of a child. Again, my interpretation. Learning to write. This is the personage here is looking at things, odd things from another dimension, and she's trying to interpret it, trying to make some sense out of it. And she's doing it. It's coming in visually, it's coming into her brain, and her thought patterns are affected by it. And so it's learning to write. It's learning to learn something that will help move humanity further. In this case, it's writing, but it could be anything. It could be intuition of some kind. It could be it could be a scientific discovery of some kind. So this is the energy where we as humans take something and we think it comes from ourselves, but it actually is coming from another dimension or another entity or another source that will improve the quality of our lives. Prayer. Here we have a person, and we have an angel, and we have another source here. The source here, mostly your circle sources above it are a greater dimension or a more sacred dimension, and they're pushing forth some energy, but it's not reaching the girl. But the angel and her, from the angel's heart to the woman's heart, there is a connection. And this is prayer. This is what's called prayer. Possibilities. Here's a personage walking outside, seemingly happy, involved. But what is the possibilities? The possibilities are endless, and they come through the heart, and it could be one dimension that then is downloading things from another dimension, and then that dimension downloads to her heart, and that's when we see possibilities, dreams, hopes, faith. That's what this is coming from. And this indeed is downloading, but it's also this person, or this dimension is also downloading from two other dimensions. This is just my intuition. I can't prove any of this, of course. And I really like the pictures. This is one of the most interesting pictures to me. It's something, there's something angelic above, something here, a very religious personage. They're trying to reach this person who's lost. And we're all, of course, lost at different points. The personage here may be a religious figure. It could be someone from another dimension, or it could be a spirit guide, is trying to reach her, is trying to get the information through, but there are problems. They're breaking through the information that's coming through. And so she's kind of lost. And she has to figure out a way to get rid of these lightning bolts or these breakages that are causing the information to not come through. So that is these are my spirit collages. I will, as I said, I'll be selling them singly for $35. If you're interested in buying the whole set, that'd be great. They look really good in a room. If you have a minimalist type of room, they look really amazing. As I said, I will keep the rights to the pictures themselves, but when you buy the painting is yours to either keep or sell, as you wish. I'd like to make this longer, but I've already worked 3 hours on making this video, and so my downloads from the other world were not working too well. Are they starting to stop me from doing this video? I hope not. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a great day.